Hey everybody, Marc Adams here from the Marc Adams School of Woodworking. Glad to have you back. One of the fun things for me is I have the opportunity to share with you some of these brilliant people who we have the blessing of having instruct here, teach here, share their knowledge. And one of those this week is Steve Latta. Steve, how are you?
Brilliant, I guess. Kind of threw me for off guard there, but yeah, I'm doing great. Doing
Steve,
great.
What I'd like to do as we learn a little bit more about what you currently do is go back in the past and learn a little bit about where you come from. Where were you born?
I was born in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, a suburb of Akron.
And you grew up there?
Yes, I did.
Graduated from high school there?
Walsh Jesuit. Yes, I did.
And in high school, did you have any dreams or ambitions of what you wanted to do in life?
No, not the foggiest.
Because you went right from high school to college.
Correct. Went to Ohio University.
And as you were in college, what were you studying?
Well, I started out doing business administration, and then I tried accounting, and then I ended up in English literature.
And so your degree was in
English literature.
English, and you know there's a big wide open field for that. So
yeah. That's what everybody told me.
So after you graduated with this degree,
No, that's not quite accurate. Because I finished college, and I think I actually graduated 12 years later.
Oh, okay. So there was a little shift.
There was
in
a
time.
little
So what did
shift.
you do during that shift?
Woodworking.
So you actually did woodworking.
Yeah, I paid.
Had you ever done any before?
No.
So you just started in a cabinet shop somewhere?
No, what I did, to pay for college, I ran a bicycle repair business.
That's right.
I fixed people's bicycles. And I overhauled this one gentleman's bike, and he thought it ran really well. So he said, hey, you look pretty good with your hands. Would you like to try furniture making? And with bicycles, I was taking the parts and putting them in harmony. I viewed woodworking as the ability to make the parts.
Yeah.
So I made that jump.
And so actually you hadn't completed your degree.
No.
You started working in this bicycle shop. Now, if I remember correctly, didn't you own your own business?
Well, I started in a bicycle shop, and then I had my own bicycle repair business.
And you did that while you were working on
In
finishing
school.
your degree.
Well, what happened was the woodworking took off. The English degree seemed very irrelevant. And if it wasn't for my father, who kept saying, finish your degree, that I probably would not have finished it. And had I not finished it, I wouldn't have the job I have now.
Do you consider
teaching
yourself
at Thaddeus Stevens.
a self-taught woodworker?
For the most part. I mean, I apprenticed under a guy named Gary Statham and some other people, Tom Bennett, and they were very, very talented. So I learned a lot from them. So not completely self-taught, but they definitely gave me a good launch pad.
So then ultimately you did finish your degree, and then from that, did you start right into woodworking full-time, working for a company or for yourself?
No, I was working for somebody else. I made a decision very early that it just seemed like a lot of the guys who wanted to go independent ended up making kitchens all the time. Yeah. And I was working for people who were making really nice stuff, so I just stuck with them.
And so you stayed with them making furniture, not
Furniture.
kitchen cabinets, right?
I did my share of kitchens, but I moved to Northern Ohio and worked for a company that was doing only furniture, and they shifted over to really contemporary stuff, which was not a good fit for me. Went to the East Coast to do traditional.
And how many years did you do that before you became a teacher?
16.
So you were at it for 16 years.
16 years before I started
What
teaching.
led you to Thaddeus Stevens?
I was ready for it. I was ready for a change, and we were prepared to make this huge jump to wherever we had to go to get a job in teaching. And the good Lord was smiling, because there's this little school 20 miles away from where we were living.
In the meantime, while you were there, did you continue to make furniture that you would sell for yourself?
To a degree. I did some commissions. And I'll be honest, the first few years I taught, I was pretty resentful in that I wasn't able to do my own work because I was learning how to teach.
Yeah.
But then about 7 years into it, students came back and started hiring students. And I realized, wow, man, these guys are getting launched. And it was a really, really great feeling.
How many people have you produced through your programs in the time that you've been there?
20 times 400.
400 kids that you've
400 graduates.
They're
They're about.
One thing that happened during all of this, you ended up finding your way into fine woodworking and ultimately became, and still are today, a contributing editor.
Correct. I was actually writing for Fine Woodworking before I started teaching. I'd done about 5 articles with them, and I just kept that going.
and you're very active with them. Your furniture pieces are astounding. Even though you do teach full-time, you still are a maker. If people would like to learn more about you, where can they do that?
Probably they could go to Instagram, Thaddeus Stevens Cabinet Shop on Instagram. We also actually have a YouTube channel, Thaddeus Stevens Cabinet Shop, yeah, where we cover a lot of what we're building. So
probably one of the best teachers in America today. We're very fortunate to have him be a big part of our program, Steve Latta.
Well, I'm grateful to be part of this
Thanks,
program.
Steve, man. You're a blessing.
Thank you very much.